update on some of this National Guard stuff. Here's what the California National Guard is being deployed to battle the coronavirus. Now, where did I see the numbers earlier? Oh, it wasn't even this page. But the thing that I wanted to point out here, Gavin Newsom, speaking about what the duties will be of these. It's in these times of crisis the Californians are at their best, coming to the aid of those in their community who are most in need. Food banks provide a critical lifeline for families and are needed now more than ever, Newsom said in a statement released Friday night. Families across the state are suddenly losing work, and millions of Californians most vulnerable to COVID-19 are staying home to protect their health and the health of others. To help cities in California beef up their response to the pandemic, President Trump on Sunday approved a request from Newsom to declare a major disaster and for the federal government to provide mass care, emergency aid, unemployment assistance, and disaster legal services. I have another one here. Gives you a little better breakdown on it. Oh, here we go. Nearly 5,500. Oh, look at there. See that? You're not prepared for these things. 5,500 National Guard troops deployed to combat coronavirus. And these people are freaking out. I mean, they're freaking out. Oh, there's a day here, maybe like 2 weeks ago. We had 2 Humvees go by the front of the house. None of us started shaking and sweating, and we weren't worried about standing outside while they were going by. But one of the things that I did want to point out here is the National Guard has deployed nearly 5,500 Air and National Guard troops in 32 states. 32 states. 5,500. That works out to less than 180 a state. Sound like an army to you? Would it sound like martial law to you? Does that sound like they're going to kick in our doors and drag us off to internment camps? No. It's just, this story gets brought up more and more and more as a Republican comes into the White House, or even if Republicans happen to control both chambers of Congress. And right now we're hoping to get that back again in 2020. Not for this stuff. Look, these are support, auxiliary, supplemental. They're not there to be shooting their neighbors. They're not there to take over the government's jobs and run us all like a giant internment camp. And, I did want to show this. It's our YouTube page. Again, if you look right up here, you see what my URL is, youtube.com/UCCQ2RQQEJ_G, capital D, VIY. Oh, my God. That's why we got to get up to 100 subscribers. So I can have youtube.com/channel/the R.A.F.O.N report. But there's our channel there. Don't forget to check it out. Again, we have, I believe there's 10 here from before. Different types of things that you'll be looking at. 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, plus the one we're doing will be lucky number 11. So there you go. Don't forget to stop by the channel. Again, like, subscribe, share, push the notification bell. And if you want to, throw me a few bucks on PayPal. One of the other things that I had up that I wanted to look at, it was just the last comparison that I had told the person here. Because again, with them using Italy as the model, and it's something we're supposed to be afraid of, well, we also have to take things into proportion. Italy's got 60 million people. The United States has over 300 million. Italy's got a little over 1,000 hospitals. We have over 5,000 hospitals. I believe it's over 6,000. So, for all the people that are saying, you just wait. The United States is going to be just like Italy. It's not. The numbers aren't there. The numbers just aren't there. It's stupid. But again, with us being 5 times the population, that means we're going to have 5 times the number of cases before we could reach that level of stress on our healthcare system. Now, we are stressed. It is getting better day by day, but we are primarily stressed simply because of lack of supplies, lack of tests. Bayer donated like 3 million tablets of this medicine. I saw another article where Israel was sending 10 million. So, and they're having cases after case after case are showing up. They're showing up. They're showing up as healed. Maybe that's a better word for the people that don't want me to say cured. But you know what? That's the way that it goes. See, again, when governments come in many instances where they think that, well, they're telling the public that they're helping. Something I came up with many years back was just to point out was you go back here in the United States to the gangster days of Al Capone in Chicago, and we've seen the movies, where the untouchables came in and took them out and got rid of all their mean Tommy guns and all of their bad businesses. Well, no, they didn't. Governments take it over. Government don't like competition, so they move right in. They nitpick their way in, and then before you know it, they take over. But what you have to remember about today's politicians is they're not so different from politicians. If I read ancient philosophers, our politicians today aren't that different from ones 2,000, 3,000 years ago. But in some ways they are. See, when you look at the mafia, you had a bunch of guys, and these were gangsters. These were real gangsters. But they still dressed like ladies and gentlemen. They dressed in suits and ties, wore hats. Of course, they had a Tommy gun underneath their jacket, and they didn't mind whacking a whole building full of people. Well, today's politicians are basically the same thing politically. They'll put on the suit and tie. I watched an interview years ago where Van Jones was talking about this. He said, we'll do what is necessary. We'll walk the walk. We'll talk the talk. We'll wear the right clothes to get what we want. But we're going to get what we want. So you look at these people and you look at the politicians, and what do you see? Well, they're not out necessarily openly shooting each other in the street and breaking each other's fingers and kneecaps. They're not blowing up each other's houses or businesses. But what they do is they get together. They meet. They have dinner. They shake hands. They go to the same functions. They buy homes in the same areas. They go on vacations together. And when we see them in the political arena, theater on television, they're going, going back and forth on each other. These are gentlemen and lady gangsters. They do some things differently. They do some things the same. And occasionally they'll even throw one of their own under the bus. Look, I don't know what's going to happen with this virus, but I wrote something on Facebook the other day, and the way that I put it was, as fast as this thing is blown in, it's going to disappear again. And it's going to. Again, I think it's a shame what's going on around the world. Families are being crushed. Businesses are being crushed. I saw something yesterday. One business had lost $69 billion so far. I can't be the emotionless guy. I can't be the talking head. Excuse me. I can't be the talking head that just sits there and reads the monitor or the teleprompter and tells you what's going on and what I think you should think about it. I'm pissed. I'm pissed about a lot of things. I'm mad. Now, I'm not in China. I'm not Italy. I'm not in Italy. I'm not in Iran. I'm not in the UK. I'm not in Spain. I'm not in Africa. I'm in America. And there's a lot of crap going on here that pisses me off. And to sit back and watch so many people that seem to be awake, that's what they call it today anyhow. But you have so many conversations with people and you still look around and go, what the hell is going on? Where the hell did the America go that I grew up in? Now, the land's still here, and many of the same people are. But, man, things are changing on such a pace, it's just astronomical to me. So, as I try to get more into this on a more regular basis, I hope you bear with me. I really do, because, look, I mean well. I'm a peaceful, freedom-loving, patriotic son of a bitch. As long as you want to live your life and not interfere with me, do your thing. Do your thing. But this is a country, and we have borders, and we need our borders secure. America has every right to be free, independent, and sovereign. And I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, back when Barack Obama was sworn into office on Inauguration Day, I said at that time, his first term, I said at that time, we're going to have maybe 1 to 2 more liberal administrations after him. And this country is going to be in a civil war. Now, with Donald Trump and the Republicans and those on the right, once we rinse out the rhinos, once we hopefully pull out the neocons, once we hopefully pull out the swamp dwellers, and when we get to that core group of conservatives, that core group of patriots that loves this country and wants this country to thrive and prosper. Over the last 3 years, or 3+ years, Mr. Trump's been able to accomplish a lot. Now this virus thing comes along, and it gets blown into such a hysteria. The last thing I saw was, I think the United States had lost something like $14 trillion so far. But you can trust this much. When this thing's over, President Trump gives the all clear, the state governors let everybody go back to their lives, go back to their jobs. Let me tell you what, you're going to see America come back like you are not going to believe. As far as the election later on this year in 2020, I'm not about to say don't sweat it, because the Democrats are going to cheat their asses off. Every way they can, any way they can. That's something they actually wrote into the stimulus bill. I don't know if it's this one or the last one. I don't know if it's been stricken out yet. But they want mail-in voting. Wait a minute. Do we already have a form of that? It's just ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. I'm not a big fan of mail-in votes. I'm just not, and I probably never will be. But there's so much being asked for. I worry what kind of a statement we're going to hear from President Trump. But again, setting all of this aside and looking forward to this election, don't get complacent. Don't get lazy. Don't take it for granted. Now, I believe everybody who is a true Trump supporter is still going to vote for him. See, I don't think this crisis is going to prevent him from re-election at all. I don't see it. I have watched the Democrats do nothing for 3+ years but commit political suicide. And with the stunts going on in this coronavirus stimulus package, every one of them should be sent home packing. Every single one of them. Vote out every single incumbent. Again, I need to kind of calm down here, but look, I love my country. I'm a passionate person. I can't stand political correctness. Like I said, you got to call things what they are so we can address them, see what we can do about them, and bring forth the solutions to make them better. So again, if you like what you're seeing, you like what you're hearing, like it, share it, hit the notification bell. Show your brother some love. Say a prayer for me. Leave me some comments underneath the video. Look for any relative links underneath the description box in the video. And again, you want to throw me a couple bucks on PayPal, that would really be appreciated, especially during this coronavirus thing. You know what? We're going to try to get this thing running this time. I hope y'all bear with me. I hope y'all stay with me. I love you. God bless America, and God bless each and every one of you.